In this video, I'm going to be showing you 12 weapons, armor suits, gas masks, and artifacts that you can get early on in Stalker 2, as soon as you finish the main quest in the lesser zone. Like a silent submachine gun, an incredible radiation-proof suit with lots of artifact slots or military combat gear, lightweight Stalker armor, Bandit armor, and some artifact locations. But just so you know, depending on if you sided with the Stalkers or the Ward in the main quest of the lesser zone, it actually will affect which zone you go to first. If you sided with the Ward, you unlock the pontoon crossing into the chemical zone, just here on the map. But if you sided with the Stalkers, you unlock the northern crossing into the garbage zone, over here on the map. Either way, you can still access either zone. You literally just walk from one zone to the other. There's nothing stopping you. But there are a few free weapons and armor sets that are unlocked in either the Stalker or the Ward faction quest lines. But I'll make it very clear which ones these are in my videos. This particular video is located in the southern region of the garbage zone, just here on the map. Everything will be timestamped below, and please do leave a like if it's helpful. Just here on the map, if I go ahead and zoom in, it's literally north of the bridge here. In this house on the right hand side, you're going to come across a bunch of bandits arguing about what they're going to do with this dead Stalker because they want to get his stash from him. And the best way to resolve this is to actually just kill them flat out, because that's going to net you with a bunch of coupons and a stash as well. Don't even bother engaging them in conversation, like so. And then we can run over and save our Stalker pal who's on the ground here bleeding out. Just hold F to use a med kit on him and heal him up. And then after he stands up, we can go ahead and engage him in conversation. Get 250 credits and his stash. If we actually open our map now, we can see it's now marked on our map. And it says it's behind some crates. So if we go on inside and turn our flashlight on, it's actually right at the back of this area. Just over here, you'll see some crates. You can actually jump on top. And you'll find some planks that you can smash down with your gun, like so. And then the stash is actually ridiculously well hidden. You have to smash this. And then you can find the stash right at the back here. There's even a PTM and some rounds. But in the stash itself, you're going to find a UDP compact with a silencer for it. So if you equip the weapon, you can just pull the silencer on and then you have a silenced pistol. In yesterday's video, I showed you where to find an extended mag for it as well, so you can check that out linked below. But speaking of extended magazines, we can actually jump out of here and find another one next door. Now, after you're done in this building, just down the road to the west, you're actually going to find Hilyenka. And in this location, you can get an extended magazine. It's literally in this house, just over here on the map. And you're going to hear some weird voices once you come here, but it's in this brick building. Unfortunately though, the door is locked. So if you look to the right hand side and just run to this next house, this door is open, and this is where you're going to be able to find the key. It was an absolute nightmare for me to find. It's literally hidden inside the TV. Key to old padlock. There you go. It blends in so well with that. I have no idea how anyone's meant to find it. So let's go back to the building, and at this point you should save the game before opening this door. So we're going to go ahead and open the door, and then we're going to press F to peek. And just yeet a grenade there and run. And then we're going to swap to our assault rifle and start taking out all the mutants that run out of this building at us. Particularly this demon dog right here is an absolute nightmare to take down. And he has very rapid attacks. Thing is built like an absolute tank as well. There we go, it's finally dead. Okay, and once you killed it, you can actually go inside of this room. You're going to find a fully repaired AKM-7 for you with some ammunition. There is also a Stalker stash here that has the high-capacity AKM-74 magazine, which holds 45 rounds. I already showed you a much easier location to get it in a previous video. But I would argue that it's probably not even worth opening that door, because my god, the amount of ammo you have to spend on killing that demon dog is a nightmare. Also, if you go back to that really long building we were at earlier, you can find another stash in this little shack over here on the map. You see, that's the long building just there, and behind me is this wooden shack. There's actually a shotgun here and a Stalker stash. If you come through the back here, you'll find the Stalker stash just here. And then take care as you leave, because there is a trap with a shotgun that you can just pick up. It's fully repaired. If you want to get the most accurate submachine gun in Stalker 2 that you can also put a silencer on, this is the Bucket S2. It has fantastic armor penetration. It uses the very common 9mm ammo, and it has small ammunition clips, but it reloads pretty damn quickly, making it absolutely perfect for close quarters combat. As for finding the PTM silencer, I will show you how to find 2 of them in this video. So you can use one for Skiff's pistol and one for this submachine gun. Depending how you upgrade it, you can also max out its accuracy and upgrade its penetration even further as well. Its damage is pretty damn good, but it does fall off at long range. And this is how you get a fully repaired one for yourself. I'm going to go to the southwest of the chemical zone, right here on the map, near the vehicle graveyard. I'm standing just over here, northeast from the vehicle graveyard, at the corner of the swamp here. You can see the vehicle graveyard has a load of bubble anomalies in it, so take care of those. But where we actually need to go is into the scrap heap just here, where you'll find a cave that leads into a lot of gas inside. Excuse me. Now, if you crouch down, a lot of this sort of gas will dissipate as you approach it like this. And if you work your way around to the right-hand side, you can basically walk under the gas clouds and sort of carry on to the northeast side of the cavern. And then you'll get to this other tunnel right in front of me now. And this is what we need to pass. We need to wait for the gas to dissipate again. There we go. Now we can go through. And at the end of this tunnel, we're going to find the submachine gun. Just here. The Bucket S2. With some ammunition and lots of grenades and a Stalker stash. And now if we head back out of this tunnel and we continue heading sort of northwest through the tunnel like this, we'll eventually get to the other side here. When you come out of this tunnel, you end up in the depot, which will be full of bandits. This is how you get the Armoured Bandit armor in Stalker 2, but is it any good? So to get this, we need to come to the southwest of the garage zone, just here on the map at the depot location. We're going to be starting from the train tracks just over here where I've placed my marker. So we're right here where this train is, and if we follow the track into the compound and take this door just here on the right hand side, we can then go all the way down here to the supply room, and this is where you're going to find a Stalker stash, a bunch of healing equipment, and right here is going to be the Armoured Bandit jacket. Interestingly, it's the same value as the Bandit jacket, slightly heavier and has actually decent resistances. Chainmail inserts will increase its physical defense, but it's still one of the worst armors. And once you've got that in the depot, if you actually head to the west to this train tunnel here, you can actually find a hidden artifact. Just head inside the tunnel and watch out for all the shots. And as you go, you're going to want to use the bolt to get rid of all of the anomaly traps, and just keep heading all the way to the back of the tunnel here. And when you reach the very end of the tunnel, you actually find another safe, which has a lot of good loot in it. But if you get out your remote tracker and start walking around, you will eventually find an artifact in this location. Seems to be around the middle area here. Oh, there it is. This is a 60,000 credit Thunderberry that boosts your endurance by a maximum amount, but also gives you the maximum amount of radiation. But don't worry, we can solve that problem with the next armor sets I'm going to show you in this video. The unique thing about the Wind of Freedom armor suit in Stalker 2 is that it's extremely lightweight, considering the physical protection it offers. And it's one of the only lightweight suits in the game that offers a lead container where you can put your artifact, which stops all the negative effects of any radiation happening. So like with the Thunder artifact, which gives you the maximum amount of endurance, you won't get any of the negative effects for carrying it with you. So here's how to get the Wind of Freedom suit and the perfect artifact to put inside it. To get here, you need to come to the west of the garbage zone, exactly where I'm standing just here. The flea market is located down here, and if you follow this path upwards, you'll get to this kind of like checkpoint area with a pipe going across the road. You can see this is the pipe going across the road, but to actually get on top of the pipe, you need to go through the checkpoint just here and carry on running down the path. Keep on following this cliff around to the left-hand side here. Eventually the cliff is going to flatten out and you'll be able to climb up on top of the cliff here. And then you can run all the way back to the pipe location. You can see we're now on top of the cliff looking down at the pipe, and now we can actually reach the armor, which is literally just underneath us. So make sure you save the game before this, and you want to run and jump onto this I'm a professional. And you basically want to run and jump onto the pipe here. You'll lose a lot of health. And then you can drop down, and just here you'll find the Wind of Freedom suit. There's also a med kit and a package with some stuff you can loot. One of the best gas masks you can get early on in Stalker 2, thanks to its physical protection, is the PA-10 gas mask. You can even upgrade it further to make it even more defensive. The only drawback is that it lacks any radiation resistance, but to be honest, you can usually counter those effects with beer and vodka. So I found the PA-10 gas mask just to be really useful with survival. Here's where you can get it really early on for yourself. This is located near the middle of the garbage zone, right here on the map. If I go ahead and zoom in, you can see we're right next to the plant location, and we're specifically next to this old building just here. There's a broken down fence, and you can see there's this big area of construction, and the left hand side right here actually has a staircase, and we need to go all the way up to the top to the roof. There is some other stuff you can loot along the way if you explore, but obviously I just want to show you the best stuff in this video. So just run along the edge here and work your way all the way to the east corner along the edge as you go, and you'll see a body of Sergo, which you can go ahead and loot. You also find his PDA here, which gives you the coordinates of his stolen roof stash, which is over there. But more importantly, right here, we're going to find the PA-10 gas mask. Let's pick that up along with this ammo and another Stalker stash with some rare ammunition. And because we picked up that PDA, we're now going to know the location of his roof stash just here on the map. So you can see it's up there. And to get up there, we just need to come around here, go through this door and around this big gap in the floor, head up the stairs here, and then just on the left, you'll be able to access this balcony. The roof stash itself is just hidden next to it just there, so go ahead and loot that. After you've grabbed that gas mask from the plant location, you can actually head all the way south following this structure downwards until you reach the end, and you'll be able to find another artifact there. You can see this long line of buildings that extends out of the factory over there, and right here next to this body on the floor, you're going to find a random artifact. It will either be the flash or the eye artifact. The eye artifact gives us weak thermal protection. And now this time, if we go to the southeast of the plant location, just over here where I'm standing, we can find the silencer location. So this is the big abandoned warehouse, and you can enter it through this area here with the watchtower just to the left. So enter, go right, there's a big hole in the wall. You're going to head through here and literally just carry on running to the other side of the building till you reach this dead end. And just to the left, go through the corridor and you'll find a staircase down into the depths basement of the building. And right over here, this door, you can go ahead and open and you'll find a Stalker stash. There's also a fully repaired Viper 5 and some grenade launcher ammo, which is super rare, so make sure you grab that. But inside the stash itself, we're going to find a pistol suppressor. And you can see all the weapons this fits along the bottom there, specifically the PTM, which is Skiff's. So now you have a silencer for Skiff's pistol, which is pretty damn nice to have. Now, after you found that stash, there's another one just over here, which is an ambush, so do take care. Basically, when you're approaching this building, a bunch of guys will come out and accuse you of killing their friend. And you can either pay them or kill them. I have a shotgun, so I just chose to kill them all. Like so. And then after they're dead, there is some loot inside, but if you want the stash, just climb the ladder to the roof. And once you get to the top, there's this little hole, and you'll find a room full of lots of ammunition, meds, and the Stalker stash is just here. You can then open the locked door from the other side. And in this next room, you'll find a Stalker stash and some grenades around the house, so make sure you loot the whole thing. Now, there is another armor set you can get at this location, but it can only be done when you come here at a certain point in the main quest, because there's a key that unlocks a room in the basement that allows you to get the armor set, which is unobtainable unless you do that quest. Next, we're going to be getting a silencer for Skiff's PTM pistol and 2 new armor sets. Firstly, we have the missable SSP-99 Ecologist suit. This suit has one of the best radiation resistances in the game that we can get this early, and while it has low physical protection, you can also upgrade it to have the maximum artifact carrying slots, with one of them being a lead container, so the radiation of the artifacts doesn't actually affect you, while the suppressor and plating upgrades can boost your psi resistance from mutants. It also has camel hydration, which boosts your stamina regeneration by 5%, and you can boost all of your other resistances even further, especially radiation resistance. The other armor set we can get by completing an optional side quest during this mission is the PSZ 7 military body armor, which has decent radiation resistance and fantastic physical resistance, which can obviously also be further upgraded as well. You can also reduce your carry weight by 10% with sewn on pockets, and it's also got camel hydration for stamina recovery too. Unfortunately, you can only get these armor sets if you sided with the Stalkers at the start during the quest line in the lesser zone. I did try getting here on my other characters, but it's literally impossible because it won't let you hack the door panels even though I knew the codes from my other character save. Maybe they will patch that in the future though. Now the main quest will be directing you over here to the detention center in the southeast of the garbage zone. Once here, you'll be able to speak to Star, who's wearing blue camouflage, and he's going to give you a side quest and also let you continue the main quest. And after speaking to him, he's going to give you a silenced PTM pistol. Now obviously this isn't as good as Skiff's pistol because it's actually weightless, so what you need to do is right click on the weapon and then remove the pistol's suppressor, and then you can just go ahead and put it on Skiff's pistol and it will weigh a lot less. You can then just drop the other gun. So after you met Star at this location, the quest will then update saying answers come at a price, and you'll be able to go to the factory location. And then when you arrive at the factory, you can come through this door here and get access to the first floor. In the first floor, just on the left, you're going to find a padlock door, which you can just smash. And this is where we can find the hostage. He will then tell you the code to the basement. So to get to the basement, we now need to go downstairs, down this tunnel just here. And we can then put in the code 2605. Press enter, and then we can go inside. Now, if you come here and you've not sided with the Stalkers, you can't access this area. They won't even let you put in a code, which is really annoying. And then through this next door and straight on, you'll then find a concrete staircase. And we're going to go to the bottom of this staircase. We're going to find one of Star's men. And then through this next door, we're going to come to the left. You'll see like a radiation sign there. This is the room you want to go into. There will be a bloodsucker just here, but the first item we need to pick up is this. After you pick that up, you'll eventually get a call from another Stalker who will give you the code for the door upstairs. However, before we go there, we're going to head outside of this room, and then we're going to go past into this locker room where you're going to find another body with a PDA. That will actually tell you that there is a document nearby that's very important. So we're going to go ahead and grab this before we leave. Product 81 specifications. And there's also a Stalker stash in this same room. And you can just head back to the staircase which you came in from. And then we're going to go all the way to the top across this iron beam here because we have the code for this top door that he gave us on the walkie-talkie. So here's the door just here. Code is 2603. Enter. And now we can run all the way to the end of this corridor and go left, run all the way to the end again, and we'll get a cutscene which I'm going to cut out of this video. So after that cutscene, you will be in this next corridor, and this is where you can finally get the unique armor. So I recommend you go ahead and save the game in a moment. You can't get in that door because it's locked, but this next one on the right is where we actually need to go inside. You can see there's a bunch of gas here, so just go ahead and save the game. The easiest way to deal with this is you can kind of sneak past it, or you can just run through the gas. When you get into the next room, be careful because there's loads of glass in the center of it. So if you walk around the edge here, you should be able to get around safely. And then we're going to have to just take the damage of going through the glass and crouch down where we can find the SSP-99 Ecologist suit. And then to get out, just go back through the glass and open the door and make sure you bandage yourself up. Now, if you did pick up the Product 89 specification, you can go back and complete that side mission for Star. After speaking to Star, he's going to give you the PSZ 7 military body armor. There's also a chance you can get a legendary artifact here in the detention center basement, located in the southeast of the garbage zone. You're just going to take this door to enter the warehouse, and just on the left here, there's going to be an office that has a desk in. And on one of the desk shelves on the left-hand side, you're going to find a key to the basement. Now, if you go back and head down the stairs into the basement, you'll be able to unlock that door. But there are a lot of thermal anomalies down here, so do take care. You will find an artifact, and I have tested this on 3 different saves. weapons. I found a lesser artifact, a normal one, and a legendary one. So it's not guaranteed, but it's possible to get the legendary artifact called the Hypercube, which has 3 positive effects and no negatives. It does seem to be random. I even got different ones on the same character save by reloading the same save. But while you're down here, make sure you grab the old key from this guy's body. That will open another loot stash room upstairs in the same building where you can get a bunch of ammo and meds. But there's actually a hidden weapon in Stalker 2 from the previous games. They're uniquely named and they have custom modifications on them. You can find a few of those weapons linked in this next video or down below in the description. And I will see you there.